Hey, I wanted to share with you a little story about something personal that happened with me yesterday. I can't believe I'm actually talking about this, but many of you may not know, but I've actually been dealing with panic attacks and anxiety really since I was about 24. So, in essence, coming up on 21 years now, and it comes and goes from time to time, but it's something that sometimes can really be devastating. I don't know if many of you know about kind of anxiety and panic attacks, but it can literally be brutal. It can make you feel like you have lost your ability to breathe. It's really frustrating because it's not a rational thing. There's really not any logic to it. There's not any thought process in my mind, and that even it pisses you off more because literally you are now in a situation to where you may feel like you are not able to breathe, and there's no reason for it. It's not like you're underwater, anything like that. Literally, you just feel like you can't breathe. And then when that happens, anxiety kicks in even more so, and obviously adrenaline starts to go up. It ends up being a bad situation. So back to my story. So yesterday I am teaching a class to a group of professional realtors, and a couple minutes beforehand I noticed another panic attack setting in. And so literally the only thing I wanted to do was to do anything but be up and speak in front of a group. I mean, literally it was horrifying. However, I have been in a lucky enough position to where I've been kind of working and dealing with this for so many years that I knew that if I really, really tried, I could push through it. And in essence, what ends up happening at that point, when all of a sudden you start to hear this whisper, hear all of a sudden your subconscious telling you that you can't breathe, and you know it's not rational, literally you have to put yourself into a position to where you refuse to be beat. You literally just have to say, no, I win. And it's so important for me to have pushed through that yesterday because for me it was a huge achievement. I mean, literally, it was a big class. We were going to video the whole thing. It was huge. And the reason that I bring this up is because there's so many of us who have our own challenges, our own demons, hurdles that we have to overcome. Some of those are much larger than anything that I've ever had to go through. Literally, I mean, there are people who have lost limbs who are climbing mountains. There's people who have children that have handicaps who are literally pushing them as they're running through a marathon. And I can't count how many people we all know that have, had to deal with some vicious disease that's out there and who have to fight literally on a daily basis. But the reason that I bring this up is because yesterday after the class, the entire gist of the class was encouraging realtors to do some things from a market aspect that they weren't going to be comfortable with, and literally to help them push through that so that they would end up having a better fourth quarter, better 2020. And after the class, I actually saw some of these people in the class start to implement this. They were doing it. They were overcoming their personal fears and just pushing through it. And we may sit there and say, okay, well, whatever they did, well, that was just a little. But to that person who is having to push through that, it is everything. Literally, we all cannot judge the amount of pain that goes on when we have to overcome our hurdles because it's different for everyone. But I just wanted to get this out there because number one, I'm proud of all the people that actually went out on a limb and did some of the marketing efforts that they had learned in the class. I think that was really, really huge. Certainly wanted to share with you some of my struggles as well. It's not because I want you to feel sorry for me or anything like that or to applaud me. It's not about that. It's just to know that literally everyone has some shit going on. Everyone has their demons. Everyone has their challenges. And so I applaud you for trying to overcome those. Definitely do everything you can to overcome your challenges. And I understand the whisper that's in your ear when all of a sudden it doesn't make sense, but you're being told you can't do this. You can't breathe. You can't do this. Just stop and say, no, I win.